we're gonna deal with is
Oh shit.
what?
Oh no, we good.
Give me Jeremiah 14:2.
Come on, come.
Tell me when we left.
We lost.
We live now. Shalom, Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We have been on these streets since 1969 trying to teach the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are the true Jews of the Bible. The records you read inside the scriptures were all black men. No white man. I heard this years ago as a kid. Okay, no white man wrote anything or put pen to paper in the book you know as the Bible. Right? That was literally all written by black men. Okay, and we're gonna get it out of the mouth of these people themselves. Okay, the Jews, right? Because that's the people you see with the curls on the sides of their head, right? Wearing all the black. I wonder why they want to wear so much black, y'all.
Constant.
Right? You always. I don't know if you have a question. Why those what's called Hasidics like to wear all that black, or those Orthodox like to wear all that black, right? Give me Jeremiah 14. We're about to see how the Bible describes what's called Judah, or the people that are referred to as the Jews. Judah has many different many different meanings depending on the time period in which it's being used. It can mean specifically the tribe of Judah, because Judah was a man whose children created a tribe. It could mean that tribe eventually became a nation, or half of the nation of Israel, because our nation at one point became split. Judah could also mean you come from that side of our nation, better known as the. That could just mean you are an Israelite. Israelites. Because at one point, our people stopped keeping our customs. Those who kept the customs would be referred to as Jews. Those who didn't would be referred to as a Gentile, right? Basically a heathen, even though they themselves were biologically speaking a Jew. Come. Let me know when you got Jeremiah.
God. Jeremiah chapter.
Right.
Judah morning.
Judah what?
Morning.
Judah is in mourning. That's the first thing you have to learn about the children of Israel. Judah is in mourning, right? Okay, keep going.
And the gates thereof languish.
And that's the thing. You don't see this happening to our oppressor. Okay? The gates, okay? Their gates are their leadership. Their gates don't languish. What does it mean to languish, all you know?
Become weak.
Become weak. So why is he saying their gates languish? Are our oppressors' gates languishing?
Nah.
Okay. How do our oppressors' gates look? Come.
Our places. They look weak. Our gates represents our leaders.
Okay, but I'm talking about our oppressors.
Our oppressors look.
How our oppressors' gates? Right, Amalek. How does his gates look?
Oh,
does his gates languish? Huh?
Loud. They not loud.
Their gates don't languish,
Loud.
right? So that can't be talking about them.
Right.
This scripture can't be talking about them. Their gates don't languish. When Nick Cannon tries to come out and teach the truth, he's blocked.
Right.
He loses endorsements. He loses
He gets canceled.
He gets canceled. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Tawada. He gets canceled, right? Nick Cannon is in no way allowed to speak up for us and say that we are God's chosen people.
Right.
Right? But they get that power. Anyone speaks against the Jewish man, you become Nick Cannon.
Right.
Okay? Keep reading.
They are black.
They are what?
Black.
They are what?
Black.
They are what?
Black.
Keep that. Read that from the top.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. Right? Judah is in mourning. We can't even say we are the special people of God without being canceled.
Right.
Right? And our gates languish. What is our gates? Our leadership. Our leadership sat there and let Nick Cannon out to dry for his statements.
God.
Right? Our leadership did none. All them cats like Snoop Dogg wants to get on his face talking about Farrakhan, right? Because they blocked Farrakhan on some goddamn Facebook, right? But doesn't want to defend Nick Cannon. for saying that we're the true biblical Jews.
Right.
And you know what the sad thing is? Snoop Dogg is a supposed Rastafarian. Rastafarians supposedly know the truth. They go into too much BS, but Rastafarians know we're the Israelites.
Right.
Yeah, and still he kept his mouth shut when his brother was in trouble. I'm not saying that to say Snoop Dogg's a leader. I'm saying that, but our people look at these as leaders. Our people look at these men that are of high esteem inside of the society as leaderships and gatekeepers.
Right.
So I'm gonna hold you to that standard, especially Snoop Dogg, for the reason I mentioned. You know this truth. Where was Kodak Black? Got pictures on Instagram. Where's Chingy?
Right.
Where's Kendrick Lamar?
Right.
Right? Where's all these cats that supposedly know the truth and should be out there to say, nah, we stand with Nick Cannon. We are the true biblical Jews. Y'all can't hide that. Y'all got a problem with that? We'll band together. Instead, they don't. Y'all want to support Kaepernick kneeling down, but y'all didn't want to support Nick Cannon. Now, mind you, honestly, I think it's the Most High that didn't want it because he wanted to show something. And here's the point. What happens in here is important. Like, you're special.
Right.
Like, understand that, y'all. Understand. You are worth 1 million Nick Cannons.
God.
Like, because at the end of the day, your heart don't pump Kool-Aid. You old enough to remember that one.
Come on, concept.
Right? For those who don't know, that's an old way of saying you're a coward. Your heart pumps Kool-Aid. You sweet, basically. Right? I love the way our people talk. Like I was saying, you go out, you, me, and every other brother into school, we go out saying what we want on camp. Nick Cannon said what he said once and got backlash and kissed up to the Jewish man. And Nick Cannon, like, it'd be one thing if you were just, I need my money, so I'm going to backtrack on what I said. You literally let a white man sit there and say, the people who experience the worst treatment on this planet are the people who came out them camps after 10 years. I lost all respect for you. And here's another reason I lost respect for you. Inside of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we love our brothers.
Right.
And loving our brothers means that trumps everything. So my brother can be the biggest idiot in the world. Let some white man be in my face saying, Farrakhan, I will slap him and tell him, you get my brother's name right. I'm the only one who's allowed to call him, make fun of him. I'll talk about Farrakhan all day. I see a white man talk about Farrakhan. Yeah, that's his behind.
Right.
I don't play that. Nick Cannon does. Because Nick Cannon needs his money. And that's the point. Our gates are weak. Why are our gates weak? Our gates are greedy. Our gates don't pity us. Right? We are, now read that again.
Come on, come. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
They are black unto the ground. Our people are black. Right? We are a black race of people. Right? That's what the Jews are. They are a group of people that are in mourning with weak leadership. Weak leadership. That is the Jews. That's what the Bible just described them as. They are black unto the ground. Keep going.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
And where are people that are constantly crying? When has the Jewish man had to cry recently, in recent history? What troubles have really ailed the Jewish man?
Right.
What? The fact that he's being killed on land he stole?
Right.
That's it.
Right.
The white man don't belong in the Middle East. The white man, what's called, God's telling him that since it's the skin cancer capital. Israel is the skin cancer capital of the world. That's not an accident. That's only been there since y'all got there.
Right.
Y'all don't belong there. Y'all don't belong in 90-degree weather.
Right.
Do you know Middle Eastern temperatures, Middle Eastern climate, and this goes into the fact that these people are black. Middle Eastern climate is sunny season. There's only 2 seasons in Israel, sunny and rainy. Now, mind you, this is what they have, like a part of Judah, which makes sense seeing as Judah is what you call African Americans. A portion of Judah that the white man has, which is basically Jerusalem, Bethlehem, and those surrounding areas, yeah, they only have 2 seasons, sunny and rainy. That's how hot it is. And guess what you're promised during the sunny season? No rain. That's how hot it is over there. But this is a land that white people have been living for thousands of years. Right? Now drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Okay? Because before we go into more of these aspects of the physical, I want to get some of the things that would happen to God's people to show you this is in them. Give me 28 and 15.
Come on, God. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Right.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses. All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Meaning what? God cursed his children. Right? God cursed his children. So now we have to look who goes through these curses. Right?
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Cursed shall you be in the city, right?
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Cursed shalt thou be in the field. So the Jewish man, is he cursed in cities and in fields, or does he own them all?
He owns them all, sir.
He owns all the cities. He owns all the fields, right? He owns all the land. He got to be good in banking because the Christians are stupid and don't know the Bible. They take some scripture that says don't loan or whatever in the New Testament to mean you can't be a banker. So now the Jewish man gets to control all your banking.
Come.
Right? Okay. Now we're cursed in the city and cursed in the field. Right? Now drop that. Give me 16.
Salaki, sir.
Oh, what? There's more.
No, we just.
17, Salaki.
Cursed shall be thy basket in thy store.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. What is your basket in your store?
Salaki, sir, does this represent some like banks and money?
No, not banks and money. What is your basket? What is your store?
I thought it meant like I thought basket meant like the money in store meant like somebody for like a bank or something like that.
No. What do you do with the basket?
You fill it up, sir.
Okay, and then what do you do with the store?
You sell.
So what does it say?
Like you will have no business.
Yes, but it goes a little deeper. Your resources and your business will be destroyed.
So like, say that again.
Your resources and your business will be destroyed. I sell lumber. There's a virus affecting all the trees. Lumber are dead. And then my lumber factory sets on fire. Cursed shall be your basket and your store. You want to be a drug dealer? No sweat. What's it called? They're going to mess up your drug supply, and then all your workers are going to go to jail. Okay, that's what it's talking about. It's talking about your goods and the sale of your goods and how you sell it. Your store. In terms of an economy, the farms and the grocery stores are both cursed. Right? You go to the farm, all the broccoli is rancid. You go in the grocery store, even the soda is bad. You are cursed. Right? That's what our people have to go through. We can, what's it called? They just brought out, what's it called? They were illegally treating black farmers wrong for a century. And then when they tried to fix it, what? That's illegal. You're being racist to white farmers now. So they had to stop the program to help rectify the evils done to black farmers. They stopped that program. Why? Because we're the people cursing the fields. You think a Jewish man has a problem getting a farm loan? You think a Jewish man has a problem starting up a business? Right? This is what it's talking about. Give me 19. This is not talking about the Jewish man at all. Keep going.
Come on, come. Verse 19. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
What is that talking about? Coming in and going out.
Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. Basically, we was born not knowing who our God is, our nationality, our language, and for the most part, we die not knowing knowing that the Most High is our power and our language, who our people is, the Jews is black.
Right? No, that's not what it means. Not at all. What is going in and coming out? Now, no, I've covered this one.
Sloppy?
What is going in and coming out? Very simple. What is it?
That's what I explained. I thought that was.
Because I've broken this down, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm just gonna con. Okay, very simple. Going in and coming out is basically war terms.
War term?
Yes. Going in and coming out. Going out to war. Right? That's what this means. You are going out to war. You are going into war. Blessed art thou when thou comest. Cursed art thou when thou comest in. Cursed art thou when thou goest out. What does that mean? Break that down. Very simple.
Does that mean that we don't have a we don't have a military? So when we go to fight our oppressors, we basically lose the battle. Like for example, Black Panther.
Right.
Black Panther civil rights movement.
Right.
And so anything that we try to do to overcome our oppression, we fail. We have no victory.
Right. Why?
Because the Most High is not with us.
God is not with us. We don't succeed in our battles. Just like the brother said with the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers were killed. Remember KRS-One said, like, you never see like clan outfits, like a clan outfit uniform gets passed down generations. But what happened to the OG Black Panther leather jackets? Right? You know what those are? They got bullet holes in them. Right? When's the last time the Jewish man had to go to war? The Israeli has an army, but when's the last time he really had to go to war for something? He didn't force his way into Palestine. The British man forced him into Palestine. The British used their military might to fight that off. The Americans to this day basically protect the Israeli from what's called Arab invasion and Arab tyranny and so on and so forth, and terrorism. Okay, right. So that's what that means. So always remember, going out and coming in are war terms, right?
Okay.
Always remember that. Okay, keep going.
Okay, sir.
Count, you good.
Salaki.
Count.
What verse we mentioned? Oh, Salaki. Verse 20.
20.
The Most High shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, in order that thou settest thy hand unto do, Salaki, hand unto what to do, until thou be destroyed.
Cursing and vexation, right? Cursing, vexation, and rebuke, in order that thou settest thine hand unto for it to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou be. Meaning what? We cannot, the Jews are a people that basically can't get right. We cannot get out of our situation. Give me verse 23.
Verse 23 says
John.
Verse 23.
And this is the reason, this is the understanding of it why. 23.
Verse 23. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass.
The heaven that is over thy head shall be brass. Keep going.
And the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
Shall be iron. What does that mean?
This is talking about the prison system that we under, sir?
No. You can use it for that, but what is it really saying?
Basically, our life is in hardship. I mean, like, no, like, you know, we can't get on top. It's like when we try to get on top and above, there's always something that's blocking us. You understand, like that?
Okay, so why don't you just break the thing blocking you?
Because the Most High is not with us.
No, that's not the. Why don't you break the thing blocking you? That's true, but why don't you break the thing blocking you? You have to know a little bit about history, though. Your heaven is iron, the ground is brass. Why can't you just break out of it? You have to know history, a little bit about history and metallurgy.
And what?
Metallurgy, like how metals work.
God.
Or like metals. If you ain't got it, I'll give it to you.
Come on.
It is very hard to get through iron and brass. That's why the Most High used those two specifically. Meaning it's something you can't get out of. If I trap you inside of an iron cage, you're not getting out of that cage. If I trap you inside of a brass cage, you're not getting out of that cage. Your heaven is iron and your earth is brass. You're going nowhere. You're stuck in the situation I'm putting you in. And that's our people. The Jewish man can always find a new height to soar, right? Us, we're stuck in the same horrible situation. You know how many bus drivers there are? Black bus drivers, black train conductors and all that. You notice none of these men actually go on to like, because a lot of like, you gotta understand white people, like Chris Rock said this, and this is so true. I live in a community, there's like 10 black people who live in my community, Mary J. Blige, Jay-Z, Eddie Murphy, so on and so forth. My next door neighbor is a freaking dentist. The black man got to fly to where the white man can just walk to. Right? Understand, like, the amount of us that no matter what we try to do, we still end up in, our generations will still end up in the same ghetto. I was watching a show one time and they were explaining, like, even if you and I make it, statistically speaking, there's a higher likelihood my children will end up middle class or poorer again than my white counterpart. So even at the end of the day, I can get some what's called for myself temporarily. My entire family line, not so much. We're not balling. We're not living on 400 years of cotton money. You know what you can do with 400 years of cotton money? Give a decent inheritance to 8 children. You can't do that. I don't think Jay-Z could afford to give a decent, livable inheritance to all 8 children. Right? I don't think Jay-Z has it. Like, I could be wrong, but what's it called? Like even Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre's worth 800 million. That's 100 million each. If you're stupid, you can lose that. But 400 years of cotton money, you know what 400 years of cotton money is? Great grandpa put all of this money inside of some stupid company back in the day called Macy's. Said it would be a small department store. My grandpa always says how great grandma was mad and basically didn't let him sleep in the house for 2 months after he spent all that money on some dumbass stock called Macy's. That's why no one in your family has ever had to work in 3 generations. Yeah, we don't have that luxury. Right. Okay? Now drop that, give me 25.
Come, verse 25. The Most High shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies.
The Jewish man is not smitten before his enemies. The Jewish man beats all his enemies. Be an enemy to the Jewish man and see what he does to you. The Jewish man does not lose to his enemies. Okay? Keep going.
Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them.
But us, on the other hand, Martin Luther King got shot and all his followers scattered. They all created their own groups, right? They went out one way against them and fled out 7 ways before them, right? That's what that's talking about. That's talking about the fact that what's called, actually, that's also in the New Testament. When brothers would try to rise up against the Romans during the time of taxation and such, some cat would rise up, get a sword, and say, "Follow me, we're going to kill these Romans." Right? They'd get killed, and then all their followers would scatter. Right? This is a prophecy from the Most High. These are the curses that all people are under. The Jewish man doesn't go through this. And he doesn't keep the law. You know how I know that? Go look up all the LGBTQ Jewish. Just type that in. LGBTQ parade, Israel. You can be a Christian and live in Israel. Understand that.
All right.
You can be a Christian and live in Israel. There are Christian churches in Israel right now. For those who don't understand, I am the Lord thy God, you shall have no other God but me. The God of the Christian is not the God of the Bible.
Right.
Therefore, you are allowing people to basically do idol worship in the Holy Land. These people should be getting punished and cursed like it's no tomorrow, but they're not.
Right.
Because they're not these people. Give me 28.
Come on, God.
Give me 32, actually. We're going to skip down.
Come on, come. Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Right? Keep going.
And thine eyes shall look, and fill with longing for them all the day long.
Fill with longing for them all the day long. Keep going.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
And there shall be no might in thine hand. When was the Jewish man's children taken away from him? Like in mass number. Now, mind you, the Holocaust, that don't even count because they took your whole family.
Right.
Right? So that doesn't count. Your children were not literally sold off into slavery. Right? And here's the thing. There was might in your hand. You went through that for a few years, but guess what? Might in your hand means you're never getting out of the situation.
Right.
My ancestors died never seeing their children again.
Right.
Right? You, if your children did survive, right, you had the might of the United States government, the British government, every allied power, right? The world really shed a tear for the evil that happened to you. There's no might in mine hand. Might in mine hand could be simply calling another power to help me.
Right.
Right? I don't have that authority. I don't have that power. There is no might in mine hand. Right? These people are not the Jews.
Right.
Okay? We're going to go further to explain that. Give me 43, Bible Sure.
Come on, come. Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Keep going.
And thou shalt come down very low.
What does that mean?
The stranger is talking about the other nations. You understand? They're on top of us.
Why?
Because we was disobedient to the Most High. So
okay, yes, but give me some examples of how that happened to us.
By them bombing Wall Street because
Black Wall Street. That's one way. Give me another. Give me a better one.
Because we don't gather. We basically we don't stick together. We always want to
No. Give me a better example of a stranger coming up over us.
Like for example, like the Moabites, they able to get all
that's
sorts
the perfect
of
one. The Moabites. Right? The Moabites. Say what you're gonna say, Salaki.
The Moabites, they're able to come here on a boat to America, not speaking the English language, getting all sorts of grants and able to open up like a fruit market or a Chinese store now. They were same as the East Indians, the
Arabs, all of these nations. This is what this is talking about. How the other nations are going to be able to come up amongst the Jews and be greater over them inside of their own communities. inside of the places they live. Now, does that happen? What does that happen to our oppressor? Show me the black community where black people are on top of Jewish people. Come.
There's no black.
There is no black or Hispanic community where we are on top of the Jewish people. Right? Now drop that. Where 43? Give me 45.
Verse 45.
Moreover,
all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Be destroyed. How are we destroyed? By a lack of knowledge. That's Hosea 4 and 6. Okay? That's what destroys us, a lack of knowledge. Keep going.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Most High thy power.
Now stop. Do the Jewish man have a lack of knowledge? Do they know they're Jews? From their standpoint, you understand what I mean?
Come on.
So how can this be talking about them?
Right.
It says the Jews would be destroyed. We're destroyed by a lack of knowledge. Meaning what? We wouldn't know who we are.
Right.
Scripture also says Judah shall continue from its inheritance. So how can y'all be the Jews if y'all ain't fitting these curses? How can y'all be the Jews if y'all don't fit the physical aspect of it?
Right.
And we're gonna get some of the actual characteristics of Israel and the Most High to see if y'all actually his children. Keep going.
To keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
46.
46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder.
For a what?
For a sign and a wonder.
For a sign. What is a sign used for?
A sign is used for like a direction.
Directing to what in this case?
Directing to who the Most High's people is.
Exactly. So how do we know the Most High's people? Come.
By these curses that's written in the Bible.
Right. Do the Jewish man fit this curse? Not at all. Only nation on earth that fits this curse completely is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We fit all of them concurrently as a unit. Keep going.
So like I said, now when it says for a wonder.
So everybody's astonished and looks at you and like. So everybody's astonished and looks at you.
Come on. So like for them knowing that we are the real Jews, like how can we, we was the most powerful nation on earth and we succumb to this level.
Right. Come, keep going.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Most High thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
That was it on 46. Right? Give me 64. Wait, hold up. 49. Give me 49.
Come, verse 49.
Actually,
48, sir.
Give me 48. Yeah, give me just 48.
Come, 48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Most High shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. Keep going.
Until he hath destroyed thee.
Until he has destroyed thee. You know what? The Bible tells you straight up. The Bible prophesied our, quote unquote, freedom from slavery. But it said it was conditional on our destruction. Once we were destroyed as a nation, yeah, you can free them. Our nation is destroyed. We don't have the concept or ideal to come together as one cohesive unit. That concept is lost to us through 400 years of slavery. Okay? We don't even know our parents have us. And you want us to come together as a military. Right? Drop that, give me 64.
Come, verse 64. And the Most High shall scatter thee among all people.
Right.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
Right. Now, them Jewish people want to think they're scattered amongst the earth. They did that to themselves. God did not scatter you. You know who scattered us? God.
Right.
When he forced people to put us on slave ships.
Right.
Okay? Keep going.
And there thou shalt serve other gods,
right?
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Now stop. Who do Jewish people worship supposedly?
Supposedly they worship the Most High.
Right. Keep going. So this can't be talking about them because they worship the Most High supposedly. Keep going.
Even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. Keep going.
Verse 65. And among these.
Stop. Drop that. Give me 68, and we're really gonna kill it with this.
Come on. Verse 68. And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And the Most High is going to bring you into Egypt again with ships. Right?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Thou shalt see it no more again. Right?
And then ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
And there you shall be sold for enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. What does that mean?
Slaves, sir.
Right. We shall go into Egypt again. Egypt means bondage.
God.
And we'll be sold to who?
Our enemies.
We're going to be sold to our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. Right?
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you. What does that mean? What is that talking about?
No man can redeem, will redeem you, sir.
Meaning what? Because the Jewish man likes to use this to say he's talking about him. But what does it mean to buy you? Like there was an of Jewish slaves. They try to say that this was during the Roman captivity and there were just a lot of Jew slaves. So nobody wanted to buy them because they were dirt cheap. But you're so goddamn stupid. Keep going. Like, why wouldn't you want a cheap workforce? That concept sounds dumb as hell. Like, you realize at the end of the day, one of you makes me $600, and then I'm gonna get you for cheap. That don't even make sense.
Right.
Okay, so read what you. So that's what that is. Now drop that. Give me Song of Solomon 1 and 5. And we're going to get it. So now we know why. And now we know why. Now we know who the Jews are, right? As a people, spiritually, meaning where they'll be at. We know what they'll be dealing with in the last days. They're going to be cursed. The Jews are going to be cursed in the last days. So now that we know that, what do? Well, what's called? Now that we know that, we have to look at the people who have those curses. And it's only blacks and Hispanics. Okay? And we're going to prove that the Jews are black because it's said multiple times in the Bible. Read.
Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black.
I am what?
Black.
What?
Black.
I am black, right? That is Solomon talking, right? It is a duet between him and his two wives. This is Solomon talking, saying, I am what?
Black.
Keep going.
But comely.
But what?
But comely.
But what?
Comely.
But beautiful. Comely is just another word for beautiful. What race of people is known for saying black and beautiful?
Yeah, right.
Come.
Negroes. Black.
Right. Okay. Now drop that. Give me 1 and 10.
Come on, verse 10.
Okay.
Cheeks.
So now we know Solomon is a black man, right? And he considers himself a beautiful black man, right? But let's see how else Solomon is described by his wife. Wives. Keep going.
Thy cheeks are comely.
Hold up. Not only is he saying his blackness is comely, his wives are saying his cheeks are comely. Why? Keep going.
With rows of jewels.
With rows of what?
Jewels.
With what?
Jewels.
What does it mean to have rows of jewels on your cheeks? Come.
Gold teeth, grills.
He had gold teeth. Rows of jewels. Thy cheeks are comely. Right? Keep going.
Thy neck with chains of gold.
Thy neck with chains of gold. Right? His neck is pretty. Right? Because he got mad gold chains on. Right? Okay, when do you see the Jewish man like iced out?
Right.
Like the Jewish man is never iced up. Like even before the truth, this is our people's culture. Like putting ice in our teeth is our culture.
Right.
Like we started this, and the Bible is here telling you it. Okay, now drop that. Give me 5 and 11.
Come on, God. Songs of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 11. His head is as the most fine gold.
His head is as the most fine gold. So we're about to get a description of Solomon's head, right? John. Give me 10 actually, Salakia.
Come on, God. Songs of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 10. My beloved is white and ruddy.
Salakia, break that down.
My beloved is white and ruddy.
That's Solomon.
Come on, God.
Something about Solomon.
White and ruddy basically means like he was like a doesn't mean that he was literally a white or Caucasian man, but white and ruddy means like he was like a pretty boy.
No, that will no. No. You got ruddy, but what's white?
So ruddy means like he was like a not a pretty boy, like but he was like a handsome brother. I don't want to say pretty boy, but that sounds too funny.
No, what's wrong with pretty boy? Pretty boy Ricky.
Pretty boy?
Pretty boy. It was a pretty boy. Rico Suave. So what's white? You got to be studying. You got to be in that Hebrew.
Go on, God.
Want to give it one more shot?
Does it mean like he was I don't want to say pure, like he was like hope, like he was right.
You kind of close on it. What is white? What does white like usually represent? Because this is okay. Come. What does white usually represent?
Something like pure, clean, holy.
Pure what?
Clean.
What?
Clean.
So he's saying he's clean, right?
Ooh,
Come.
Fresh and clean.
He's fresh, and he's good looking.
Go on, God.
My Lord always. Meaning, what does verse 10 actually say? Read 10 again, Bible Sure.
My beloved is white and ruddy.
Keep going.
The chiefest among 10,000.
Meaning like, yo, 10,000 niggas, my man is the freshest. My man is the freshest, best looking. Come. Okay, and the Hebrew word is Salakia. Tazak. 6703 is the Strong's. 6705 meaning dazzling or sunny, evident, clear, dry, plain, white. Meaning basically he's clean. He's fresh. Come.
So you said white is Tazak?
No. White is technically Laban. Tazak is more like dazzling or sunny. Come. Okay. So we got that. Give me verse 11.
Verse 11, his head is as the most fine gold.
And let's see how they describe Solomon's head. So we know he's a cat, he's a black cat who wears gold teeth and gold chains, right? He likes to get fresh. He's good looking, right? Let's see what else the Bible has to say about him.
His locks are bushy.
His what?
His locks.
His what?
Locks.
His what?
Locks.
He had locks, right? He had locks in his hair. Keep going.
Are bushy.
They're what?
Bushy.
What?
Bushy.
No. They're those strings that the white man has on the side of his head.
Bushy.
Okay, those aren't locks. What those Jewish people be having on the side of their head, that's not a lock.
Right.
The Bible describes locks as bushy. This is bushy.
Right.
You look up bushy, it basically means something you can hardly put your hand through. It's very hard to get a pen through here. Like, see, you can't get a pen through this. You can easily run a pen through their hair.
Right.
Their hair is not bushy. King Solomon had bushy hair. Keep going.
Salaki, so when it says his head is as the most fine gold.
I mean, it's beautiful.
Okay.
Keep going.
His hairstyle, man.
The hair itself. You ever see a cat or a sister with some beautiful texture, beautiful length? Everything about their hair is glorious.
God.
This is a king. Like the best hairstylist in the nation has been taking care of his hair. You know how long? Since his birth.
God.
This isn't just a cat who became king. He is the son of a king who eventually became king. His whole life has been pampered. Keep going.
Verse 12. Salaki. And black as a raven.
And black as a raven. Right? This is bushy black hair. The Jewish man does not have bushy black hair.
Right.
Even that little Jew fro. That's not a bush.
Right.
Okay? Give me Job 30 and 30.
Okay.
We're going to prove to you that this has everything to do with skin. Come. Let me know when you got it.
Okay.
Job 30.
Job.
Come, do your thing.
Job chapter 30, verse 30. My skin is black.
My skin is what?
Black.
My skin is what?
Black.
Job is saying his skin is black. Keep going.
Upon me.
Keep going.
And my bones are burned with heat.
And my bones are burnt with heat. Why? From all the blackness. Meaning what? You're getting you're getting hotter more. Why? Because you got melanin. Give me Daniel 7 and 9.
Okay.
Now, brothers and sisters, y'all make sure this is milk. You want to make sure you are always teaching milk. Like always try to incorporate it so that the young man can start to know this. Right? And always make sure you know it.
Okay. Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white.
Stop. The Ancient of Days is who? Come.
The Most High, sir.
The Most High. When you get into this is talking about the kingdom of heaven. When you read up above, it's the hold up. Let me just make sure I got this right. Yeah, these are the 4 beasts. Okay, yeah, this is talking about the coming of Christ and Christ's kingdom. Okay, this is the Most High sitting on his throne. We're about to get how God is viewed by Daniel, who's more than likely a black Daniel, who is a Jew. Daniel, who would be like a Jew. What do the Jews do? Shaw, what did we learn the Jews do?
Slakia?
What do we learn the Jews do? Judah?
Slakia, I'm not getting a question.
What did we learn earlier the Jews do in Jeremiah? Judah?
Mourners, sir, Slakia.
And the gates thereof?
Languish.
They are?
Black.
So what does that mean about Daniel?
That he's a black man also, sir.
That he's a black man. Well, let's question and see how black man sees his black God. Come on. Read.
Whose garment was white as snow.
His garment is white as snow. Keep going.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Like the what?
Pure wool.
Like the what?
Pure wool.
Keep going.
His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
And his wheels as burning fire. Because God likes, the Most High likes to be higher than everybody else, so to speak. He needs you. He likes sitting on a throne of fire. That makes him feel like the man, right? And lets you know he is the man. Give me 10 and 5.
Daniel chapter 10, verse 5. Then I lifted up mine eyes.
Right now, this is Daniel getting a prophecy of Christ. So we're seeing here that the Most High, that Daniel sees the Most High with the woolly hair. So let's see how he describes Christ. Keep going.
And behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were
clothed in what?
Linen.
In what?
Linen.
In what?
Linen.
There's a reason for that. That I had to do that. Keep going.
Whose loins were girded with fine gold of U.P.K.
Right. You know what that means, right?
Come on.
What? Just
whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz.
Right.
This particular gold that was the girdle that Christ had on in Revelations, it was made from a fine gold of Uphaz.
But what does it mean to girded with the about the loins? Like, what does that mean? You know what that means?
Girded about the loins being like in today's term, like you see those wrestlers with a wrestling belt. He had on like a breastplate, like something that covered his torso, like a belt. Like.
A war belt, the same thing you wear.
Go on.
Basically, that's all it is. He had a golden war belt.
Go on.
Like ours, and usually, you're kind. Okay, that's and like you said, it's to protect the torso. Usually, a war belt would have some type of metal in front of it to protect against somebody hitting your abdomen area, like I was just poking myself. Okay, now keep going.
Verse 6. His body also is like the beryl.
Like the what?
Beryl.
What is beryl? You know?
Beryl is like a greenish type of stone.
So Jesus is olive colored. Keep reading.
In his face as the appearance, of lightning.
Right.
In his eyes as the lamps of fire.
And his eyes as a lamp of fire. Now, the next thing we're about to bring out, okay? Right? I like using this one because people try to run from Revelations because it's his feet, and people always try to talk about they didn't have shoes back then. Mm. But you can't run from this. Read. That's probably him. I'll read it for time's sake. And his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass. That's him? Shalom, sis. No, it's kind of late. Come. Swap. I said, you good? Come. Okay. Okay, come. So like I was saying, what's called? Feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. Yeah, come. He got it. Come. Okay, meaning what? His feet like in color to polished brass. Now, why do you think? Okay, so going back to that question. My question earlier. Why is Jesus olive colored? Because it just said he had the body of a beryl. Beryl, you said is green. So Jesus olive colored is Jesus green.
Lie, sir. He's not green, sir.
So what does that mean?
When it's talking about beryl, it's talking about the color of his garments.
Right. That's why it says linen. Like, understand, like.
Right.
Like, he is not, like, because honestly, only a stupid person or a homosexual would think like that.
Right.
Because I don't know about you, when I think of my Lord and Savior, I think of anybody who's supposed to save me or whatever. I don't think of them naked. So y'all just think Jesus, y'all basically, them cats who want a sexy Jesus with oily pecs. Right? You can't. And what do you know? That Jesus wearing too.
Right.
Yeah, I want a sexy Jesus with oily pecs. Yo, when General Hanna brought that out, Salakia, I'm gonna get off it. But yeah, Jesus ain't got no oily pecs. Jesus is not sexy. Salakia. And last but not least.
If I may, the scriptures say that he wasn't like a man that was desirous to look upon. Am I wrong, sir?
Khan, I believe that's in Isaiah.
Oh, God.
Give me this last bit. To polish brass. Keep going.
Oh, God. And his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
His arms and feet are in color to polished brass. I see. 1 second. Oh, what are we? Daniel's 10 and 5.
Oh, Salaki. Daniel chapter 10 verse 6.
Yeah, Khan. Keep going.
And the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude.
And the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. What does that mean?
Meaning that he had an authoritative voice. He didn't sound like a sissy.
No, give me more. You're not wrong, but give me more.
Wow.
You're not wrong.
Come on. Meaning that when he spoke, people heard him.
Why? You have to understand, this whole breakdown is about proving what?
Christ, that real Jews are Christ is a black man.
Okay, is that a color?
It's lucky.
Is that a color?
The voice part?
No, black. Is black a color?
Come on, sir.
No. Black is not a color. And you need to understand this to truly get this breakdown. Black is not a color. And when you can understand this, it's better. Black is a spirit. Always understand that. Black is a spirit. Now understand.
So, I wanted to make. Can you break that down?
Oh, yeah, I'm about to. Read it again.
Come on.
And the voice?
And the voice of, like the voice of a multitude.
What is that talking about? Understand, we are proving that Jesus is a black man.
Come on.
That just lived thousands of years ago. Think about us and our voice. Come.
Man, how can I put it? Our voice have a distinctive sound, like you could say.
No. Come.
When we talk, people listen?
No. What do people? There's a stereotype. Come.
Be loud and rowdy?
Yes.
Come on.
The sound of a multitude. We are no, you good. You got that was your question, sis, right? No, about the what's it called? Because I remember you raised your hand. Yeah, come. Yeah, come.
When you say black, it's not a color. I mean, because we're breaking down.
Well, technically, black is a shade. But what we're breaking down is mainly God is black. But what you have to understand is black is more than a color. Black is a spirit.
Common concept.
Like we're a loudmouth group of people that like grape juice.
Like you realize because we use the word like characteristic.
Right, characteristics
of a
we have to, yes, our characteristics are the same as God. I can show you in the Bible. God said, if you bring me a sacrifice, make sure you put salt on it. And don't put a little bit of salt, put a lot of salt on my food. That's, I want to say, Leviticus, the 2nd chapter. Okay, now drop that. Do we need Revelations? No, we're pretty much good. Let me see, I can find that.
Times checks 850.
Yeah, I know. Give me Revelations 21 and 27.
Okay.
Okay. Count.
Revelation chapter 21, verse 27.
Yeah, count. This is it.
And there shall be no wide.
Salakias, don't start at 27. Okay, yeah, read 27, Bible show. Salakias.
Revelation chapter 21, verse 27. And there shall in no wise enter into in anything that defileth.
That defileth, keep going. What does it mean to defile?
To be unclean, sir.
To make unclean, right? Keep going.
Neither whatsoever worketh abomination.
What does it mean to work abomination?
To break the law, statutes, commandments.
Basically, yeah, Con, what you gonna say? Con.
Come on, Con.
No, it's like, what are you gonna say?
Work on weekends.
Say what?
Work on weekends.
Oh, like meaning the Sabbath. If you're forced to work on the weekends, that's not that. If your boss says, "I'm gonna fire you if you aren't here, Sitara," you're not. The Most High is gonna kill your boss. He's not gonna deal with you. You didn't do anything wrong, right? But if you can get Saturday off, try to get Saturday off. But you could say that's an abomination. That's more of a defiling, but you could say that's a abomination would be something like homosexuality. or some type of incest, or eating pork. Those are all abominations, right? Keep going.
Or maketh a lie.
Or what?
Maketh a lie.
Salakia. Salakia, I thought it was Salakia, bear with me one second.
Sir.
Okay, give me 22 and 15. 22 and 15.
Revelation chapter 22, verse 15.
14, Salakia.
Verse 14.
Actually, well, Salakia, Baba Kashar, give me 1 second. I'm going to get you. Hold what you got right there, because there's another scripture I want you to read before this. So we know how Jesus looks. We know how Israel looks, right? We know how the Most High is supposed to look, right? Come.
Can we use this? Can we use Revelation chapter 2, verse 9?
For
the
oh, yes. We're actually, bring that out first. Baba Kashar, do that now. So we know who all these men look like.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
But thou art what?
Rich.
Thou art what?
Rich.
But thou art rich. I know thy tribulation and thy poverty, but thou art rich. What is that talking about?
Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, we are in poverty, but however, we are the children of the Most High. That makes us rich.
How are we rich? There's many ways we're rich, but how? Give me an example. How are we poor? How are we rich? Give me an example for both.
The Most High gave us His laws, statutes, commandments, His heritage and culture. We are above all nations, even though we're in poverty. We was given the Revelation 9 and 4. We was given the promises.
Right. Okay, that's nice and all that. We got the promises and all that. That's absolutely true, right? Give me more. Anybody got another reason we're rich? Come on.
Black Inventions of America.
Black Inventions of America. Like I think Ozahazahab, yeah, that's him. Ozahazahab put up a list on Facebook, like the battery, like most of this world would not exist without black people. You know how many people would be dead without black people today? Like, you gotta understand, like, I don't understand how elderly, well, obviously they found a way, but a lot of elderly people probably died every summer because elderly people can't survive the heat the way we do, the way normal people can, or younger people can. So, yeah, you gotta find a way to keep them cool during all that. Before the AC was invented by a black man. The heater as well, if I'm not mistaken. Like the heater that keeps you warm in the winter was created by a black man. Right? Now, here's the thing. I don't do that to bring out all these inventions or whatever. I bring that out to explain to you all these things. None of these things are owned by black people today. None of these things are controlled by our ancestors, which shows you we're the children of Israel. Why? Because what did we read earlier about our baskets in store, Shaw? What did we read about our basket?
That they're cursed, sir.
That they're cursed. Our basket in the store is cursed, right? So now, Baba Kushar, go back to what you were reading. Read it from the top. You're in Revelations 2.
Okay, Revelations 2 and 9.
Right?
I know thy works in tribulation and poverty,
right.
But thou art rich.
But thou art rich, right? You're rich, black man. Keep going.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
And I know the blasphemy. What does blasphemy mean, Joel?
Blasphemy is to talk to. Slack. Blasphemy means to
one word.
Lie?
No. Satara?
Oh.
No.
Filthy?
No. I'll give it to y'all. Khan.
Blasphemy, right?
Yeah, Khan.
Blasphemy is when you don't give credit to the Most High for doing something.
Right, Khan. The simplest, what's called, is insult.
Khan.
Basically, what he's referring to, when the scripture says blaspheme the Most High, when Christ mentioned it, Christ did a miracle in front of the Sadducees and Pharisees, and then the Sadducees and Pharisees thought it was a good idea to lie and say, no, Beelzebub did it. He has power from a demon. All power comes from the Most High. So for a priest to really come out and say that, you have insulted God. But in this instance, it's saying they blaspheme and say they are Jews and are not.
Wow.
The blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not. You cannot say you're me and be blowing baby rod.
Wow.
I don't blow baby rod. None of my family blows baby rod. Like, we'll kill you. We find out you do. That's the type of race we are. Let us find out you doing something. I don't care what religion you doing, what purpose you have. Yeah, I'm going to take my son to have another man perform sexual actions on him while he's a newborn. You blaspheme and insult me. You blaspheme and insult my God when you by saying you're me, by taking on my culture. You insult me and my God who gave me my characteristics, physical and spiritual, when you go out calling them stupid curls on the side of your head locks. You know half my people can't get jobs because of these locks? This is my goddamn culture.
Right.
This is how, what's it called? I have a problem getting a job simply for the way my hair grows out my goddamn head. And you want to insult me with that mop you got on the top of yours?
Right.
All right? And we're going to end it off because the title of this class is God is Black. And we're going to prove to you God is black. We proved his people are black. We proved his son is black. Let's prove God is black. Give me 14, John 14 and 9.
Come on.
Remember the whole Revelations because we're going to end. Don't worry, we like 1 or 2 more scriptures. Because this is the cut. Give me 14 and 8, I want to say, actually. 14 and 18.
In John, sir?
8, 14 and 8.
Come on. John chapter 14, verse 8. Philip said unto him,
There's Philip talking to Christ after his return. Keep going.
Lord, show us the Father.
So, Master, can you show us the Most High? I want to see what the Most High looks like. Keep going, verse 9.
And it sufficeth us.
And it sufficeth us. It'll be good. I won't have any more questions, Master. I just need to see Jesus. I just need to see the Most High. Can you do that for me? Keep going.
Yahushua said unto him, have I been so long time with you?
I've been chilling with you for the last 3 years. Keep going.
And yet thou hast not known me, Philip.
And you don't even know who you're standing in front of? Keep going.
He that hath seen me hath seen the Father.
He that what?
Hath seen me, hath seen the Father.
Okay. So if you've seen a woolly-haired black man whose skin looked like it burned in a furnace, what? Hath
seen the Father.
Yeah, that's what the Father looks like. A woolly-haired black man with red eyes and a big voice. Voice with the sound of many waters, which means the same thing, the voice of a multitude. Many waters is rushing. It's a loud sound. Right, y'all? Khan, that's where that comes from. Keep going.
And how sayest thou then, show us the Father?
So how are you then going to say to me, show us the Father? Right? Because that's what the Father looks like. Because why? The Son is just what? A representation of the Father in his absence.
Right.
Now drop that. Go back to Revelations 22 and 14, and we're going to end it off here.
Revelation chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Blessed are what?
Are they that do his commandments.
Blessed are they that do his commandments. Keep going.
That they may have right to the tree of life.
Keep going.
And may enter in. And may enter in through the gates into the city.
If you want to be blessed instead of cursed, like we read about earlier, you have to keep his commandments. You have to obey the law. Right? That's what it says. But who won't get to? Keep going.
Verse 15. For without our dog.
What is a dog, Charles? Come.
The other nations.
The other nations. They are dogs to us. That's how we see them within our nation. Now, don't think of it as we truly see them as nothing for everybody at home. Meaning, we are full-blood citizens, a part of a nation that our blood ancestors created. Anybody else outside of us is beneath us inside of our nation. That's like me coming into your house, and I'm going to get better treatment than you are in your house.
Right.
You're beneath me. I don't sit on furniture in your house unless you want me to. I can't choose to sit on your favorite couch and in your favorite chair. I sit where you say so.
Right.
Keep going.
From God. And sorcerers.
And sorcerers, meaning what? Drug dealers. Keep going.
And whoremongers.
And whoremongers, meaning pimps. People who think it's okay to misuse women in an evil way. Right? Keep going.
And murderers.
And murderers. Keep going.
And idolaters.
And idolaters. Keep going.
And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
And what?
And maketh a lie.
No, and whosoever?
And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
I don't care who you is. Whosoever loves and makes a lie. What is a lie? Show.
A lie is something that you go against.
Okay, give me an example of a lie. Come on.
Christ is white.
Christ is white. The idea of white Jesus, you will not go to heaven believing in a white Jesus. The Bible just told you that. Okay, read 19.
Verse 19. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy.
So if you try to change what the Bible says or try to go against it, right? Keep going.
The Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life.
You're not entering the kingdom of heaven. Your pastor is lying to you.
Right.
Okay? This is basically the same thing Yahushua, because if I'm not mistaken, this is Yahushua himself speaking. Basically the same thing he said in Matthew 5. Those who do not do and teach will be counted greatest. If you don't, you shall be counted least.
Right.
Keep going.
And out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book.
And from the things that are written in this book. All the beautiful beauty and grace that is promised to our people, Creflo Dollar will receive none of it.
Right.
He will live in a shoebox.
Wow.
For the evils that he perpetrated to our people, trying to teach our people to worship a white Jesus. He will die. He will suffer for his crimes. But here's the point. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge since 1969 has been out on the streets trying to make sure you don't suffer for your crimes, right? And the only way you do that is for you to get in class, okay? We hold classes Monday through Friday, okay? Get in class, okay? With that, I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Shaw.
Clap it up for God.